That's actually no. That's not in Ottawa though. That's the other province.
Yeah, but like.
So you're saying the best part about Ottawa is you could leave Ottawa and then drink.
No, Ottawa's great if you're like an old person.
Welcome to the audio station podcast.
I don't have any friends or a SIM card, so it's not going to be me.
You have a very nice like microphone voice.
I do.
Yeah, you could be.
Are you from the radio?
You could definitely have your own radio show.
Radio lady.
Oh, well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, everybody has a podcast these days.
Well, maybe I could be, I could be the sub.
Yeah.
You could definitely be the sub.
You need some double X chromosomes in this bitch, you know?
Speaking of sub, how was your burrito earlier?
Oh, it's Burrito Boys, man.
Yeah.
You can never go wrong.
Yeah, Burrito Boys is fucking always good.
As good as Burrito Boys. Let's talk about some music stuff.
I'm Andy Dinner.
I am Louis Vasquez.
I'm Bridgette Anderson.
Hi, Bridgette Anderson. Thank you for joining us today. Normally, we don't have anybody on the first segment, but...
Yeah, I know. She's joining us as a co-host on the intro.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's sometimes easier to just talk with friends as co-hosts instead of guests, because I've known Bridgette for, I guess the first time we met was back in 2014, so 4 years. If you can believe
Kitsch,
that.
man.
Yeah, back at Kitsch. Shout out to Kitsch, which is no
R.I.P.
longer
Kitsch.
a thing.
R.I.P. Kitsch.
R.I.P.
All of those cameras. Make sure I hit R.I.P. 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 R.I.P.
Yeah.
Hit them angles.
But it was a great spot. I met a lot of great musicians there, a lot of talented people. Danielle Knoll, Julian Clark, Taylor Perot. Like, I could go on for a while, and I feel
legendary.
Bad for, yeah. It's actually a pretty cool spot now. It's called the Greater Good. They sell pizza.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do
like my kind of spot now.
They sell beer. Obviously, it's a bar.
Sober
Did they
September,
keep the
man.
stage?
Sober September.
No,
I gotta keep it strong, man.
Sober September. You're doing Sober September, eh?
Yes, I am.
So you're gonna be sober for the full month.
Until I leave for Austria. Then I'm getting fucking blackout.
That's the way to do it, man.
So it's up until the 23rd.
Well,
once I get to the airport, I knew me.
I know I mentioned these before, but I'm still pretty sure it's more common to have Sober October.
But I don't do what everybody else does, except for podcasts.
You're such a hipster, bro.
Doing a detox-tober.
Yeah, detox.
Yeah,
I just like I like the S. No, I don't like the SS, but this Sober September, it just flows better.
The alliteration.
Yeah, that's it.
September is here. It's so quick. It's
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Oh, yes. give me some more.
Listen, have you guys heard that mashup of Ozzy over top of, it's like Crazy Train over September? Crazy. Doop doop, but that's how it goes. It's amazing. It works. It's perfect. It's like they wrote it that way. It's amazing.
Did you ever hear the Enter Sandman with Macarena mashup?
Yes.
I'm gonna go watch that.
Yeah, it's fucking good, man. It's like, I didn't want to admit it. I was like, this is blasphemy. And then I was like, okay, this is fucking sweet.
There's something so magical about mashups that don't make any sense. I saw an Iron Maiden Bossa Nova mashup. It was the most weirdest but oddly well done thing. Like, it was like, yeah.
Can we only talk about mashups for the rest of this intro?
Music
please?
Mashups. We should get a graphic. It's like music mashups. But no, we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about some other things, Toronto related things.
Like you bring this up earlier. What's I wrote it down. ASMR. What is that?
Oh, Bridgette.
You guys were talking about it, and I felt like I was on a fucking different planet.
You mentioned Bridgette has a pretty nice radio voice, and I agree. So she might be able to tell you in.
Yeah, give us your best radio voice.
They listen to people just do everyday things, make everyday sounds, because it soothes their anxiety.
That's what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
They only speak in whispers, and they'll just be like...
And it's not very sexual, it's just...
Chewing the
Stop doing that! Fuck!
It's just talking.
They just make it like, they'll open a bag of chips, they'll like, flick their acrylic nails together and just like tink their glass and... Yeah.
It's weird. It's a little whack. If you ask me, but like, here's the thing: I can't judge because I understand some people
got kinks.
Yeah, I mean, if it relaxes some people,
sounds really
it's better than doing some other things.
I also saw this video where people bought this new puppy, and this chick is videotaping. They turn country on the radio. The dog is going insane. They turn on Latin music. Puppy is like dozing off. They switch back to a country channel, starts to bark again and again. You know, so even canines prefer certain genres and sounds.
Yeah.
Or is it just
like people do?
Canines hate country music. I think that's the real discovery here.
Maybe. They're being tired of being used in music videos and stuff and not getting paid for it.
I just like dogs. Like, can there just be more dogs, please?
Dogs.
I saw a video of a dog dancing like this to a song, like last week, and I was like, I like this dog a lot.
Yeah, dogs are great, but until you run out of food, then they'll just fuck off. They'll find someone else with more food, and then they'll love that person.
No, that's more like cats.
I guess you're right. Cats are very selective.
Yeah, they'll just start.
Cats will also just eat you until you, as a food, is run out, and then they'll go.
Well, if you like, there's stories of like if somebody like dies in their apartment or something like that, they don't get found for a long period of time. A dog will just start eating the person.
Well, yeah, that's
naturally
survival.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was hard. I'm sure that dog, it killed them to eat their owner.
Yeah.
But
well, as long as the dog's still alive, I'm good with that. The dog made it, man. It used its noggin.
I feel like Luke keeps trying to segue into music and we keep coming up with just morbid topics to discuss. Sorry, Lou.
Sounds like the story of my life. Let's talk.
Let's talk about death, baby. Let's talk about
you and me.
Who's going first?
Music.
Okay.
Music, but more specifically Toronto.
Okay. I like that place.
Here's the thing about I want to talk about music, but there's something on my mind I saw on Instagram the other day.
Was it that episode of Seinfeld?
No.
Sorry, I keep doing this. Sorry, go. Just go. Go on.
A cyclist puts. I've seen this.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, who's the ding? Is the ding?
It was a camera.
All right. Wow.
Oh god.
It's moving the camera. We're gonna keep that in post. Keep it. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. That's my favorite. Was it Bill O'Reilly? Yeah. Have you seen that? Yeah. We're not talking about music in this segment. I don't think at all. We're gonna talk about Bill O'Reilly.
Lou tells people to silence their phones. Phone goes off.
Yeah. you motherfucker.
That guy.
You son of a bitch. Okay.
Thanks. Shout out to David. Always fucking
David
fixing all the fires.
Man. I need another David monologue.
Borrowed his Timbos to go to the car.
Dave.
They were very comfortable. Thank you.
David. I mean, we can talk about David. He's from Toronto.
Is he?
He's a musician.
Wow.
He's also
/ cameraman.
He's also the camera / technical director. He does it all. What can't you do, David?
David. He refuses to fucking
we
speak.
We figured it out. The man cannot talk.
Yeah.
At least when the camera's rolling.
Then he just rambles.
The other day I was on Instagram and I saw this guy or a couple of different cyclists putting noodles on their car, like the swimming noodles.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
On the end of the car, so because nobody feels safe driving on the roads anymore. That way they'll at least know when a car is closing in on them.
Oh, gotcha.
Because they got that
the length of the noodle.
Yeah.
I've also seen
that's a pretty good idea.
But it's going back.
Yeah,
I've seen it where it goes off to the side as well. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so like if somebody like a car's like, oh fuck, I don't want the side of my car to rub up.
My first reaction was like, that's hilarious and crazy. Like, who does that? But then I was like,
it's also pretty sad that it comes to that, because we all take the driver's test. And you do have to read up and learn to share the road with cyclists and...
Cyclists.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. All those cyclists are...
I mean, I'm a rollerblader, so I stick to the sidewalk. I'm not supposed to be there, but...
No, the law is like, I think
these streets.
I think if your wheels are larger than like 13 inches or something like that, then you have to be on the road.
I mean, it's like if you're on wheels, period.
No.
What?
Rollerblades, you're good to go.
Well, yeah,
legally,
you're smaller. You can't move too fast. If a car comes in on you, at least... I guess you can't avoid it too much.
I can dodge cars better than I can dodge people.
Stopping on fucking rollerblades is awful.
If you don't have brake pads.
Yeah.
I did a summer of rollerblades with no brake pads. Went without incident until the very end, and just because some old broad just like came straight out, and I had to do a disco roller skating rink move, and then I dodged her. I didn't hit her. I hit a fucking sign on the sidewalk, one of those steeple signs, and didn't take me out though. I stayed upright, but I was just like, you ruined my summer.
Damn. those drivers just.
But then I raced a TTC straight car at like 2 a.m. and it was great. It fixed my day. It was great.
Stories. I was saying earlier today, when shit goes down and you can get up and laugh about it, it just adds character and you can like share the story.
Build your character.
Share on a podcast.
Build it.
Build that shit.
And they will come in many ways.
But
when life gives you road rash, make scar tissue that I wish you saw.
Yeah. The fuck?
Topical.
That's a little too real.
Too
Bridget.
first. Too real. Too soon.
Too real. Too soon.
Yeah.
But
All right, Lou, continue your thought, please. About time. Let's go.
I was walking down Yonge Street the other day, and actually Bridget brought it up to my attention again. They closed down House of Lords, which is one example of a lot of facilities in Toronto that have a reputation for being around for so long, for like serving
half
the community.
a century, man.
And then all of a sudden, like prices for rent in Yonge Street and downtown skyrocket, and these like, you know, business owners are forced to sell the place that once hosted either really great culture or music or whatever else have you, and it's just retail and corporate. And I feel like that's something we need to bring more awareness to, and with more awareness, more people will just kind of attend their attention to stopping this from like getting out of hand, because it's kind of on its way if it's not already out of hand.
Yeah, that's gentrification. There's only so much can be done. I mean, that's like they stopped in Kensington. Remember, they were trying to make that Walmart supercenter?
Yeah.
People lost their shit. And at least the people rallied and they kiboshed that, as far as I know.
Stopped, yeah. No, it did stop.
Is it official?
From actually...
Yeah, is it official, or is it another one of those, they've talked some talk to delay it until they have to have another talk?
I got a laptop right here, but I don't feel like opening it right now. We'll figure that out in the break.
Yeah.
We'll start it off.
That sounds like a break thing to do.
Yeah, and then we'll like, breaking news.
Today. That's your news jingle now.
Walmart.
Just sample that,
delays.
and then, do whatever you got to do, and Ableton Live to harmonize it. And
we have it on camera.
It sucks that they just can't make more land
just with my face going.
Yeah, a little graphic. Spinning face. 80 facts.
Jesus fucking.
Andy dinner, everybody.
Guys, this is great. Thank you for having me. I'm having so much fun.
Bridget,
I was legit nervous, stressed out about this.
Really?
No, you don't
I was.
No. Yeah, this is.
That's why I had to get the burrito. It was a stress burrito.
I wish I had thought of that. Stress burrito is always a good idea. Yeah. But I want to.
There's never a bad burrito.
Well, sometimes.
Hungry burrito.
An old burrito is a bad burrito.
No, it's not.
What the?
No, it's not.
Let's talk about your music, because our audience actually, we've known each other for 4 years, like I said, but our audience doesn't know about your career and as your, I guess, history as a singer and as a musician. So I guess tell us where you started in Toronto. What got you started in to like, fully diving in as being able to call yourself a musician versus actually like.
Well, I'm a Humber School dropout.
Oh
That's
God.
What brought me to the city.
Wow, we've had a lot of Humber students on this fucking show, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Between personal health issues regarding my voice, working it too hard, and like being told by the head of Humber, go mute, and then like the guy who treats Sting to, no, don't be mute, just rehabilitate. I was like, what? Who do I believe? Like,
stop talking.
How will I know?
Please.
And so I just dropped out. And OSAP was like, we're not, under 60% course load. What the fuck? Taking their money back. Whatever. So anyways, just got my education in the streets at that point. I already had learned from the radio, from my dad's cassette tapes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you grow up in a musical family? Did your dad always introduce you to music? I mean, maybe you had some cousins, some siblings.
We have 1 minute.
We have one.
Wow. Well, maybe this will have to be a twofer when I come back from France.
Yeah, because give us a summarization. Give us a solid 45 seconds. Sell yourself, bro.
I've always been singing.
Yourself.
I always will be singing. If you need me to sing, you can visit www.bridgetteanderson.com.
That's right.
And I'll be singing there, and you can get me to sing for you. From there, we'll talk.
What kind of music do you sing?
R&B, soul. Man, I'm awful at this. This is why I hate talking about myself. Anyways,
Andy, you kill me.
Got a rehearsal tonight. We're gonna be at Kerfest this Saturday, 2 to 3 in Oakville.
Okay.
R&B, soul.
Yeah, you can find her on all the socials as Bridget Smalls.
Yeah, man.
She's all over the city. She's going to be in Paris for 2 weeks. Just expanding
I had
3 weeks.
I had a good talk, though. That was fucking fun.
You
should come do like once a month. Just come and do an intro with us.
Yeah, man.
Okay?
This was a lot of fun. The time pressure, I'll work on that. Sorry.
Thanks for joining us on.
At least we got to talk about dogs and burritos. It's been a good day.
This is the audio station.
We'll be right back. So I need to clarify for our guests out there, it wasn't Enter Sandman Macarena. It was Master of Puppets Macarena, which is even fucking better. And I'm still on dog spotting, and we're still talking about music. Let's talk about music.
Wait, are we legit rolling?
Yeah, we're fucking rolling.
I thought I'm just over here.
Yeah, we're over here trying to
just
untangle
like
cords
knobbing up on the corner.
No, I took the lead there.
That's hilarious. Welcome back to the Audio Station podcast.
Welcome back.
On a whim, we decided to do another segment with Bridgette.
Uno mas.
Because we didn't fucking really talk about anything the first one. So.
But I had a better time than I had in a while for doing that intro segment.
That was a great intro segment. So thank you very much for joining us again. She was like in the parking lot and we ran over, lassoed her. Get the fuck. We back here. We need to do this
Bridgie
together.
smells, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, check out her stuff on the Instagrams and all that. She's always posting stuff. She's posting stuff right now.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Just posted about our... shout out to Burrito Boys providing the food and the fuel to get me through this 4-camera podcast.
Wow, they're not even paying you.
I mean, I hope they would. I hope that, you manifest.
She's planting the seed right now.
While I digest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a multitasking if I've ever heard it.
That's good.
Is this your burrito audition then? Is that what
Absolutely.
you're hoping?
No, I mean, I think I would have a better pitch. I'd dress more festively. I'd learn a little bit more Spanish other than "ay, papi."
It's crazy because burritos are as Mexican or as Spanish as like bacon on Canadian pizza. Yeah. It's not like
Lou wasn't phased by that.
Yeah.
At all.
Lou, what are you trying to say right now?
I guess he hears it a lot, so it's no big deal.
I'm not trying to
Fine, leave me hanging, all right.
Everyone's just shocked by that radio voice.
I don't even know I can be
I don't think it's a particularly good voice. I don't really like the sound of my own voice on recordings.
Does.
Hence why, I recorded an album in 2016 and I still haven't put it out because I can't stand the bitch. I'm like, who the fuck? Oh, it's me. I don't know.
Nobody does.
When you hear
That's
it resonating in your head, it sounds different when you're hearing it back at yourself.
Sounds warmer. Yeah, it sounds nicer. Not so nasally and annoying.
Don't expect much from me.
I'm talking about myself right now. I'm listening to my own voice and I'm like, fuck that guy.
I mean, you guys sound legit through these mics. Like these are nice.
These are nice.
I don't know if it's the mic or the headphones.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes the clothes don't make the man.
I mean, are we supposed to be going? Is that we're just gonna have that background music the whole time?
Sometimes the mic does not make the man. Oh, we have to do.
These mics actually don't catch it that as much as you might think.
Okay,
and
so I just
They catch
hilariously, that's our guest tonight. That's
right.
Milhouse.
Giving the folks a little preview.
Yeah, nice little undercover preview. They can't even hear it though. They'll just hear
that's them next door.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. All right, music.
Why don't you listen, Andy?
Music. Let's talk music.
Finally,
Finally, fuck.
Talk.
That's why the people are
You're gonna
here.
make me talk about myself again?
A lot of people just probably turned off the podcast by now. So.
Well, we don't have to talk about your music, but have you if you don't want to?
No.
How about you talk about some other Toronto artists or something like that?
Well, I mean, I could talk about my. You want me to? Are we trying to make a like a flow chart? I mean, because we were talking about flow. Because we were talking about kitsch bar artists.
Yeah.
That's how we came together.
Yeah, and then tell us a little bit more about what happened after you came to. I
came to the city. I mean, I've always been singing along with the radio, with the TV.
Right.
Dad's been always playing his mixed cassette tapes, playing like air instruments.
It's like my favorite thing to do, man.
Yeah.
Air drumming and air guitar.
Air everything.
I really think I might enter a competition.
There are competitions.
I know there are, and I would fucking win.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's not a compliment.
Like it's accurate. It's not just like me flailing my arms.
Go hard, man.
Yeah, my fucking air guitar is like, bring it on. Let's go. Somebody challenge me, fight me. Let's go.
Air Guitar 2018 competition. I mean, like, how do they determine the winner? Who has the most?
That's what judges are
passionate face. No, I know how to. Listen, Andy.
Which one works the crowd better? Which one you know, it's like,
But it's a
performance. It's an art.
There's nothing going on.
What do you mean there's nothing going on? There's a guy on stage fucking losing it to nothing. It's fantastic.
I guess you're right. I can't disagree with that.
Try like now go to an air guitar competition or air drum competition, then mute the music. How fucking funny would that be?
Pootie Tang is what it is.
That's listening to an episode of Big Bang Theory and muting the laughs. It's pretty brutal.
I'm glad you dropped the Pootie Tang reference. Mm-hmm. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. We were talking about that earlier. Slap your pity on a renegade.
Hey, it's Pootie. I love Wanda Sykes. She just always...
Wanda Sykes is the best, man. Oh my god! It's like, Wanda Sykes? Did you watch the episode on Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry's dog's racist towards her?
What?
Oh, fucking watch that episode, man.
That's
it's so
hilarious.
funny.
What?
Larry, your dog's a fucking racist. What? My best Larry David What impression.
What? No, yeah, that show's pretty.
Oh, his shoulders are always shrugged. I don't know how he doesn't have permanent back spasms.
Shoulder damage, neck.
What did I do?
Always confused, always stressed.
Jerry Seinfeld as well.
Always mad. It's like, I fucking relate to him so much. Is that bad? Like, I watch him like, that's funny. They're like, I know.
Yeah, I know. But hey, let's get back to Toronto. More Toronto. It's music.
Yeah, I've just met, Humber was a huge learning curve, mostly in the pocketbook. But it was great. I've met so many musicians of
I bet you made
so many genres,
connections and networking.
And, I mean, it's really like you pay for the hang and the networking. At least that's what it seems like I paid for. And it was great. Like, there's still people I play with to this day, and
so
make
you dropped out. Is it basically because you just didn't feel you got what you were expected to get out of the
for my vocal
program?
future? I had to drop out. Had to rehabilitate the voice. Didn't have the funds, so just went on to do to continue in gigging corporate bands, and found out about that cruise ship life. Just being a musician on a cruise ship, and a lot of people talk shit about that, but take a look at my bank account now, man.
Gotta make that money.
Talk some shit about it.
Yeah.
Please tell us more. How about you?
Lou brought that up.
Get into
I
that?
got into it. I dated the oldest. Like it's been
the oldest what?
No, that sounds bad.
Start over.
Yeah. This dude who was the oldest person I've ever dated. Like there was the largest. It was an age gap. It was like a decade age gap.
Oh.
I've never been an ageist, but after that, I was like, yeah, I am. It's age ain't nothing but a number, but it's a number for a reason. Yeah,
I'm in the boat right now. I'm in that boat right now.
So,
large age gap.
Yeah, but you're on the good side of that boat, Andy.
I'm on the good side.
So,
I'm not complaining.
It's not the same. You don't even give me that.
I'm
I know.
Complaining.
I know what you mean. Dating a 20-year-old is.
I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Was he a decade? Maybe I was a decade. Anyways.
Yeah.
He gave me threw me some contacts because he'd done it before. He knew some people who'd done it before, and then I got in touch with just ended up a band that needed a singer, had a contract, and.
But he didn't actually work on one of these boats.
No, he wasn't. I wasn't in a band with him. No. That was my exit strategy. Okay. Oh, thanks for these. Bye.
True. Give me this contact, son.
And then first contract was the absolute worst. First contract in the history of contracts. That's a whole. Really? That'll be a whole that would if you want to hear that story, that'd be like a 10-part special. We can do a whole arc. Oh, because the shit that happened.
Can you give us 4 or 5 sentences though?
Nude cruise. Nude. One of the terrible things that happened. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No. You're thinking hot, young, and sexy, like Oasis Lounge, Wicked.
No, I know, but
it's old saggy balls.
I love that.
Just taint on the breeze all the time. It's look at pan on your face. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, it was.
Wow, he showed some emotion. That's fucking wild, man.
Captain had the AC blasted for a reason.
To
cut down on the smell and the hang and the. Yeah, we're not.
Oh my!
It makes me, every time I talk about it, it makes me mad.
Oh my god!
Yeah, see, I told you. That could be a special.
Wow.
That could be an audio station special. I'll tell you all about this.
So how are they selling these tickets to these nude cruises?
Fuck Milhouse. Today we are getting into.
They were called the. Hey, if you're watching, fuck y'all. That's. I wasn't allowed because I was hired at the time, but fuck you. not all you people. A couple of you were really nice and like they covered themselves when they came up to compliment us, but like.
Do you have to be naked too?
No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
good.
No,
'cause that's fucked up.
no.
Yeah.
God damn.
I was like, how much money are they giving you? That's insane.
We weren't paid enough. I was
Yeah.
also I was jerked off to without my knowledge.
Oh
while I was
my
performing.
God!
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
Yeah. So
Damn.
that kind of shit happened on that cruise.
Damn.
Wow.
And that was just a portion of that contract, like a month after I'd gotten on board doing it for it yet. Anyways, told you we'll save this for another when I come back when we got more time.
That's stories.
But anyways, and that band was
amazing.
awful. Bassist couldn't play for shit. Drummer was fucking terrible. Couldn't play without his tracks. I had no like just was god awful. So the guitarist and I we split and like we performed as a duo ever since. But anyways, I'd go on contracts on these cruise ships during the winter, you know, because like who wants to stay in this weather?
Yeah.
Like
Seriously.
I'd rather be in the Caribbean, and that's what I've done. Like I can understand why old folks are snowbirds because it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Like I've seen like 30, almost 35 countries in the past, just under 4 between the last 3-4 years, and like I never would have afforded it otherwise. And I've expanded my audience so much, like met so many different people, crew members
amazing.
alone from different countries around the world, as well as guests who are like,
Yeah.
you come to my country, you sleep on, like you have a tour, you're staying with us. If you need help, like call us for anything. Like,
So you probably have a little more exposure of like the contrast between like a Canadian audience, let's say, versus
oh, absolutely.
like.
And I've found that, I guess, to me, sorry, are you still stuck up on the naked
I'm
people?
just staring.
Yeah, he's
It's
just
like,
thinking about
no,
sweaty
seriously, I was
balls.
We're just gonna let you
zoning the
marinate,
fuck out.
marinate in the sacks.
Let me
and,
explain to you. Let me
we'll
explain
talk-
to you quickly.
graphics.
Let me explain to you quickly what I'm thinking. What I'm going through right now. I'm sitting there and I'm like.
Tell us what you're going
So if
through.
you're like, it's just like, let's say for example, if you go to a strip club, like all eyes on the naked lady, it's
Yeah.
like, but like you're the clothed person and everybody else is naked. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Reverse stripping.
It's a reverse,
Absolutely.
yeah. Like, oh my god, that person's.
And you know what was even
clothes?
worse? There was a couple, like, so there was a couple that was like really nice to us, and they came to every show and whatnot. You know, they'd come up and say hello and hi, whatnot. And then next week,
a naked
boom,
couple?
it's the nude cruise. Oh, surprise! Those people were also there for the nude cruise.
Oh,
So
no.
they're coming, and then they're like, "Oh, remember us?" And they're
Oh.
fucking
And
butt
you're-
ass naked.
You're making eye contact with the
No,
titties
no, no.
instead. you know.
Guitarist is trying to crouch down and pack up her shit, and the guy's standing there like,
That's awkward.
you know, dick to crouched head level.
It's
like
that-
he knows
it's-
what he's
it's like
fucking.
Now, at
the
that
episode
point,
of
are you
Trailer Park
polite,
Boys.
or are you?
Well, you
like,
have to be, otherwise.
I guess, but
There
isn't
goes
there
your job.
lines like
You would think.
dick in your face? You know, is crossing a line maybe.
No.
One
One would think.
you know
yeah.
you know what you're doing. They knew exactly what they were doing.
That-
It was just
I don't want to stop talking about this
I know,
topic,
but
like ever.
I'm telling you, man, like I can
You were on the verge of saying something really, really great, and you interrupted her. You were. I was
it wasn't
saying the
great.
contrast of Canadian music. Now, being from
audiences.
Mexico, like I know that there is a big difference in the culture and the perception of like artists.
Yeah.
Right. For me, that was the biggest thing. But in your opinion, what did you?
Absolutely.
Find?
Well, I mean, like, you know, I started with being in like the party band, so I'd have to play the tracks. You're playing
Yeah.
the pool bar to get people drinking at noon, and then playing the club to get them drinking till past midnight.
Just having.
So that
making
was
sure
that was
everybody's
actually
having
that was a
nice
rough
time, yeah.
first, like, you know, oh man, again.
2
Ugh.
minutes. 2 minutes.
Anyways, but getting into being with the duo and like using my looper, and that was much better because we were able to, like, you know, actually exercise artistic muscles and like do interpretations and
Yeah, go outside your usual.
be an artist, and then, you know,
boxes,
drop our originals in there, you know, because, you know,
Nope.
are they listening? Are they
Yeah.
not? You just say, oh, this is by a Canadian artist named Bridgette Anderson. And then we, like, you know, go into it. And, you know, and like, I discovered, like, you know, a global audience. Like the niche market I think I'm writing for is not who it really is, who really responds to
That's interesting.
what I play and how I sing. It's, you know, it's like older folks that, you know, just want to go out and enjoy and really good music. That's
Cool.
it's
Is it what's going on over there?
he's still
Andy?
seeing naked old people,
Yeah.
naked grandparents.
Over here. Fucking dying. I'm like zoning out. I'm
She's,
just like,
she's being real serious right now. I was actually like,
Oh my
really
God.
into what
We're
you're
at-
saying.
we can
and then
have our moment, and he
I
can
hear
just
a little chuckle in the
he's like-
back.
he can,
Just having a
he
little
can
Andy
deal
party.
over here.
can't even compose myself anymore.
That's-
1 minute. Stop talking about me. So,
But no, that's super interesting.
Yeah,
how
so I
that
go-
works out sometimes. Your
I-
audience is
just
like,
seasonally, I go out on the boat because, you know, no rent, no bills, no nothing. Room and board, food is free. I see these beautiful places. I meet people
sounds
from
like
all
a
over the
great
world.
gig. Yeah.
And then in the summertime, like while I'm out there during the, you know, shitty Canadian months, winters, I'm booking up, I come home and straight back into festivals and
So
weddings.
you're busy all year round.
I try to be.
Nice.
I try to be.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, if anybody ever checks out her music and you like what she's doing, just reach out to her. You want to just plug that in real quick?
BridgetteAnderson.com. I'm sure they'll spell it out because it's a long name. And yeah, once again, we're going to be at Kerfest this Saturday afternoon, 2 to 3.
And then you go to Paris?
Yeah, well, not Paris exactly. Yeah, Nantes, France. I will be going to Paris once I get to France, but yeah, just shout out to my baby. He's working right now.
This was the Audio Station podcast with our very special guest, Bridgette Anderson.
Bridgette, thank you. That was fucking fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't know I needed that.
Welcome back to the Audio Station. We're here with our guest, Milhouse. That's Byron Patterson and Mike Poisson.
Hey.
Michael.
His name's not actually Michael. Don't listen to him. That's an actual person, though. I don't know how that's real.
I met him. I worked with
Poor
him.
bastard.
Was he nice?
Yeah, he's a great dude.
There you go, Michael.
The
Nice
man's
guy.
so nice they named him twice.
Yeah, Michael. Shout out to you. I don't know if I haven't heard from you in like 15 years.
Well, enough about Michael.
I miss him though.
Let's talk about Milhouse.
Okay.
Another M name. But you Milhouse, not to be confused with
Nobody
the
likes
Simpsons character.
Milhouse.
Nobody likes Milhouse.
Man, that's hurts.
It's not even us.
Check out the band, though. The band Milhouse, the band, which you can find on Instagrams and Bandcamp and all the socials. They are.
But how's the best way of searching that? Because you tried looking for your band and it's like, dude, Milhouse.
You gotta do Milhouse Toronto.
That's it.
Milhouse Toronto.
That's like
band.
the key.
See?
Those are the
See?
three
I'm helping
keywords.
you all out
Greatest hits
on the internet.
Milhouse greatest hits on YouTube is just clips of Milhouse doing crazy things, but
because that is the name.
Volume 1.
It's the name of
That's
your
us.
album, right? Greatest
Yep.
hits.
Yeah.
Volume 1.
That's fucking ballsy.
Volume 2 coming out in a month.
yeah, then we're done forever.
That's ballsy.
then we're retiring.
That's Milhouse. Nothing but the hits.
So, what is tell our audience a little bit more about how you guys got together, how you met, how you managed to get this 2-piece off the ground.
Can I start this?
Yeah, go for it.
Byron didn't like me when we first met in
I was
college.
actually gonna say this, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't like
Feelings
Mike.
mutual there.
Yeah,
No,
not
man.
gonna
Come on.
argue.
This is a good way to start up the podcast.
You're a nice guy.
You didn't like him.
No.
Wow.
I was like, who's this wiener?
I'm an acquired taste.
like a fine wine.
What changed?
Like a
what
fine
was the defining
dark rum.
factor?
Dave's like,
Something must have
"Ugh,
happened.
gross."
Changed your mind.
I guess he just wore me down.
This is true band bond.
Look at this.
is like
They got the fucking
strongest-
bonding lean on over here.
Oh.
We want to hold our microphones.
This is the
We don't
drunk
want to
lean.
fucking stand.
Well, I thought
Okay.
everyone was gonna hold their microphones. Now I feel self-conscious about it.
So you guys,
Yeah, you
no,
guys-
Man,
I like
sorry,
it
it's
more.
just you.
Yeah,
it's a
you guys
Milhouse
are leaning.
exclusive
Like,
thing.
fix your posture, boys. Be a little professional here. Let's go.
Use your coin, man.
So you guys met in college.
We did.
Which college?
St. Lawrence up
That's
in
embarrassing. I don't
Kingston.
want to talk about
Okay.
Nice.
Keep going.
We met in college. It was a mediocre program. We had a fucking shitty emo band at the time.
it was okay.
Was that?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna like say the name. Like, don't even search it up. It was,
Oh,
it
Driver-
was
Driver India.
Yeah, all right,
I don't know that band.
Which is
It's,
Trailer Park Boys.
Nah, they're fine.
quote.
They were fine. What are you talking about? Emo.
I just sucked ass at drums at the time. Like I couldn't play drums.
We did our damn best
and I
with what
still
we
did
had.
it. Yeah.
Well, you were, it was one of your first trials out of your own home cities, right? Because you guys are, you're from originally from Burlington.
Yeah, but, well, I was born in Etobicoke, then lived in Burlington most of my life. But yeah, Kingston was the first time.
Etobicoke represent.
Fifth
Yeah.
Street was it? What
fucking-
street was it?
5th Street, like
Yeah.
up 2 blocks from where we are right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
Kinda-
used to live on
kinda
4th
far.
Street as of last week.
Crazy.
Oh.
And then I
Facts.
moved to 12.
Facts.
Now what's your exact address? Tell the people.
Wait, what's
So
your
you
social?
wanna-
What's your social insurance?
What's
just
your credit card?
You don't want my credit card number. You want to just like take
You're just
on
gonna-
tax of debt. Yeah, fuck, take it. I'll get it out.
Yeah.
Get debt.
To make payments to my credit card, make them
Yeah.
to card number 5246.
Tell us more.
Michaels.
Michael,
Michael.
tell us more
Yeah.
about your home city of Ottawa.
Ottawa.
You said it.
I don't know what
It's
to
all in the
say.
name.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Ottawa.
When you're underage, you can go to Hull and you can drink. That was a good time.
That's actually no. That's not in Ottawa though. That's the other province.
Yeah, but like
So you're saying the best part about Ottawa
It's
is you
not-
could
it's
you could
you go
leave
out of
Ottawa and then drink.
no, Ottawa's great if you're like an old person.
Yeah, I always got it's kind of like a 30-year-old town, you know. Like this is not a lot of youth there. It's just like once you're like 30,
Quiet.
you're like,
You know
oh,
what?
I'm starting
I will
my
say
career.
that-
I'm
no,
gonna move to
the
Ottawa.
music scene now there is fucking sweet.
If you're a pop punk band,
Yeah, if you're like an emo pop punk band, there's like some people from Safe to Say, like Corey Bergeron's from Safe to Say is from there. What else? I can't even
True.
think
So
of
you
any.
moved down to Ontario or to Toronto for school, or it was originally Kingston?
We were in Kingston. We moved to Kingston for school, and then we moved home because we were both pretty poor.
I actually had to convince Mike to move to Toronto. Our original plan was moving to Ottawa, but
Back to Ottawa. Eh?
yeah, and then we applied for a couple leases, but then I joined another band, and then I found this really awesome apartment,
Which
and
is
then
literally the room beside this room.
yeah, and it was too good to give up. So then I was like, Mike, fuck Ottawa, let's come here. And then it was actually I remember that day really really well because like you immediately jumped on it. Like all caps, you're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Like I just showed him pictures of the place.
I mean,
and he
it's
was like,
rare where you get an opportunity to get an apartment in a rehearsal space
In
where you
Toronto.
Can, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, like that's unheard of.
as
Like,
a
it was
musician,
just-
I mean, I'm sure you guys you can all agree the biggest like thing keeping you from being like just making music all the time is the noise restrictions that you
Oh,
have to
for
put up
sure.
with, like other people like not
Yeah.
really wanting to listen to that or neighbors or
And
whatever else.
that takes an impact on practicing. Like when you're practicing and people
Absolutely.
don't want to listen to you, you're just like, oh.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
it's
no,
like, you have this like guilt over
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
you
It's-
can't
it's
fully
awkward.
immerse yourself in what you're trying to do. So like getting an opportunity to be here is pretty amazing. But yeah, not like I mean, fucking Exhibit A.
Yeah,
We're
like
doing
the
this.
fact that we're here right now, like
Yeah.
this is just like a dream place. I'm so glad we found it.
Yeah. So how is it that you found the Rehearsal Factory? Because I mean, I found it because I knew you guys.
Yeah,
So I knocked on
um,
this guy's door and then I got it. But how did you originally?
So there was another guy that lived here named Will. I found his ad on Kijiji, and it was like too good to put up. And I'm like, holy shit, like this is amazing. I've reached out to him, and I was like, I made a date to go check out the place. The day I came to see it, he messaged me before and was like, oh, sorry, man, like someone just put a down payment on it. It's gone. And I was like, whatever, asshole, like whatever.
True.
And then 2
That's a
weeks.
very good dude.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like 2 weeks later, he messaged me. He was like, "Yo, my neighbor's leaving. I know you're still looking for a place. I could put your name in. You can get right into it." And then that's how that happened. And then he was still my neighbor, so you know he's actually a really good dude, and that's the reason why we're here.
Same last name.
Same first name too, actually.
What?
My
Yeah.
first name's William.
So you're
Whoa.
both.
We were both
Patterson.
Yeah,
There's two Will
dude.
Pattersons
Mail
living in
was
the
so
same-
confusing because like anytime I do any like government stuff, it's William Patterson. So like it would always go to him, and oh man, it was messy.
He just started getting all your bills.
Honestly, I was like, yeah, can you pay? It's your problem now, bud.
That's awesome. And yeah, well, Milhouse, for the audience that has not checked out, if you've listened to this point in the podcast and you haven't checked out Milhouse, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But Milhouse is a
Not
two-piece instrumental for the most part, indie rock, pop. The thing about your music is that I could use a bunch of subgenres to describe it, but it changes from song to song.
It is, yeah, it's
Slightly.
tricky. 'Cause people ask that a lot. They're like, "How do you classify it?" And like, we don't really have an answer. And I know that's like a really douchey answer, but it's just listen for yourself. And like, if you can honestly tell us what you think it is, like we're all ears.
Indescribable.
It's just-
We are our own being, man. You're gonna just like
Fucking groundbreaking.
Every
categorize us all.
every song we kind of start as a joke,
and then it grows
and
on
then it
us.
grows, and then it becomes a song.
Kind of like how inside jokes start. Like it's so stupid, and then it just kind of works itself out.
like Michaels. None of these people are gonna understand that.
Well, we already explained it. There's
Oh,
a
yeah,
guy
we
that I
did.
worked with,
Yeah.
Michael.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think a thing
Yeah,
that
fair enough. I forgot about that.
that I
Oh, shit.
really admire and respect you guys for doing
We were
is
filming
standing out from like the classical, just like the two-piece approach, whether it be like Royal Blood or Death from Above or
Japan Droids.
whatever have you. Yeah, and you're like
White Stripes.
I mean, you're going in there and you're adding a synth while you're playing drums. That's pretty crazy, right? And you're also like adding a very unique tapping technique to your stuff that every time I hear a Milhouse song, I always know. I have no idea why. No clues. I still haven't figured it out, but I know it's a Milhouse song. So you have these unique elements to your whole thing that come together like wonderfully. How did you come to that as a product? Because that feels like a very hard thing to like arrive at.
It kind of just happened, honestly. Like we never really put a lot of thought into it. Like we kind of started Milhouse under a different name and
Just taking a selfie.
We have similar interests.
yeah, no, it's definitely. I mean, maybe it's just like we're subconsciously ripping off a lot of our favorite
We
bands.
are consciously ripping off a lot of our favorite bands.
Shut up.
Hey, speak for yourself.
But you know what, man? I met the drummer of Russian Circles, and I was like, I rip off your stuff all the time. He's like, cool, I rip
You
my
met
stuff
him.
off this guy. So he was just like, thanks for passing on my fills.
It's
you know?
an ongoing
Yeah.
like, wave of ripping
Yeah.
off each other.
Just
Yeah.
always ripping
When
off
did you meet
someone.
the drummer of Russian Circles?
They
That's
played
cool.
at Horseshoe,
That's so intimate.
right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was
Cool.
freaking out.
So I know you guys have you were mentioning you're releasing Greatest Hits Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
When is that coming out?
October sometime. Starts
Sometime
late
October
September. Maybe?
5th
October 5th. That was the hard
is
date.
the date that it's released online.
We
Nice.
we kind of did like a soft release. We have like physical copies of like tapes and digital download codes, but as far
Come
as
see us live.
yeah, like that's like you have to be there to get that. But the online stuff's coming in October.
When's
October
your
5th.
guys' next show?
November, I think November 1st. Is that the one?
November 1st. Where at?
Baby G,
G.
which is a really fucking awesome venue in Toronto. Like
Yeah.
honestly, probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, it's one
For
of
a
the
li-
newer ones too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like newer. It's like it's small, but like just the right size. It has like that kind of like niche market to it. It's
The bands that played there are really cool.
like
There-
it's
there's never
very
a bad
rare
show
to
there.
see a shitty show at the Baby G.
I don't think I've ever heard of a shitty show there.
Yeah, no, it's they do good
That's
stuff
dope.
there.
I like when
Sorry, I'm, like,
certain
turning my
venues
back.
curate
It's fine.
they're kind of the filter of what plays there, so like people can just trust the venue. I
Yeah,
love that
exactly. Like,
idea.
and they have that reputation where you just show up to a Baby G show and you know it's going to be a good time, as opposed to like a lot of other venues where it's just genre hopping nonsense.
Yeah.
And like
whatever
you know,
pays the bills for that night.
no, whoever can just fit the slots. Like a lot of promoters do that.
Yeah, no, it's true, and I feel like with more incentives from like bands and musicians trying to push more quality music, like we'll just get more of that where we can trust venues and just go out and be like, yeah, no, this venue always has good music, and then just get that going.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, how are we doing on time here? Because I'm wondering if I should start the next topic or if I'm going to be cut
Are we
short.
done yet?
we got 20 minutes left.
Because we have
I'm just
another
kidding.
segment and I have a whole bunch of other.
You got
Oh,
2
shit.
minutes.
We got 2 hours left.
You got
That's
2
what
We
it
minutes
have
says.
left.
3 hours of conversation left. So
God.
strap on.
So what do you guys want to talk about now?
No,
I don't know.
It's I don't know how Joe Rogan does 3 hours of talking.
I do.
Like back to back.
That guy
Drugs.
just talks, man. It's
Coke.
like even like, and he does have him like the Joe Rogan Experience is my favorite podcast, along with the Your Mom's House podcast with Tom Segura and his wife Katrina Polinsky or whatever. But
Skitsky.
they
Sick last
but Joe Rogan like the guy will answer the question and then just like totally just cut him. Like Joe Rogan will cut the dude off and just ask something totally different. Like it's like, yo, there could have been a really good follow up question there, and he didn't do that. But I mean, it is 3 hours. But Joe Rogan can talk. He's like he has the gift of gab.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He can go on, and the thing is that he's interviewed so many people at this point, and he's lived so many different types of experiences that he does have a lot of things to say
Oh yeah.
that are valid. In
He's a
lot
badass
of,
dude.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. But enough about other podcasts.
Check it out. Check out Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, the next guest on the show.
I wish.
Coming up soon.
The link's going to be right here.
Yeah.
Over top. Down here.
Joe Rogan's actually coming into town for the Just for Laughs festival. I really want to catch
saw
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's coming up.
I saw that on the
Shit.
TTC.
Mm.
It's like, wow, cool.
on the TTC.
Oh, wow.
That's it. I don't know
Marketing
why
gotcha.
that makes you sound way older.
On the TTC.
Yeah. But we're gonna take a short break and then come back, and we're gonna show our audience a little performance of what you guys do, so they get a gist of what we're talking about here.
Right on.
About this is gonna be Milhouse performing live at Audio Station for facilities. We call it that other than Rehearsal Factory because we're not sponsored by them. So, Audio Station.
Well, you already said the name.
Yeah.
What? I didn't say anything.
Call it.
Wrap it up. Start playing some music already. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Here's Milhouse on the Audio Station with Lou Velasquez.
It's not my last name. Is that better?
Welcome back to the audio. Stop it with that, please. Fucking annoying. Welcome back to the audio station. We have Milhouse here, and I want them to tell me how the fuck they came up with their name.
I don't know, man. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck me. Bye.
All right, Byron, take it away.
It's kind of No, I'm kidding. We went through a ton of names, and the problem with that is like after the fourth or fifth like trial name, they all lose meaning. Like no matter, even if
you guys were young underwater for a while.
Yeah, which was a fucking awful
That was a terrible
name.
name.
I mean,
we
it's not awful if you're like a young.
we thought we were gonna be another emo band, then we realized we can't
very
sing
angsty.
at all. Yeah, and we got it out of a book about dragons. We were both at a party, super awkward, and there was a book about dragons on the coffee table, and we opened it, first page, first line, just said "Young Underwater," and we're like, that's the name, and then we decided against that.
That's not the fucking name.
Yeah, we sat with that for like maybe a month, and it was rough. And then we just said, "Fuck it." We both love The Simpsons. Milhouse is the coolest character on it. And he's like the underrated hero of The Simpsons.
Ralph Wiggum would like a word with you, but
Dude,
Ralph would be
no
a cool band, but
okay.
it's already a band. That's a band in Toronto, isn't it?
Ralph Wiggum? No,
No, just Ralph.
no.
Ralph is an artist, but her name's actually Ralph.
Yeah, that's different.
So
It's not named after. Oh, yeah, we can steal that.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, Ralph's a great character, but he's like the one-liner. Like he comes, like there's never like a Ralph heavy episode, you know. Like he doesn't like add to the story. He just comes in, says something stupid, and you're like, haha, Ralph, and then it goes back to regular Simpsons. But I don't know.
no, there's an episode where he talks about it's like remember with the leprechaun that tells him to burn things.
Yeah, that was like one. Actually, I guess that was the one. But he just became friends with Bart.
and there's the
that
one
episode.
where he's the.
That was more of a Bart heavy.
What
episode.
about the
featuring?
Lisa- the
Nothing gets
Valentine's
chocolate out.
one.
See? Remember when he's dating Lisa? Yeah.
Yeah, I choose you.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
Don't you dare call him.
but that quote was his dad. That was Chief Wiggum. Who
I know
said that.
I know he said that.
Chief
but-
Wiggum would be a sweet band name.
Yeah.
Chief Wiggum would be a
Oh,
sick
that
band
would
name.
be a
If
great
anyone's
fucking
watching
band.
this and you're gonna start like a raunchy like garage punk band, Chief Wiggum.
Chief
What the
Okay.
fuck up? We're Chief Wiggum.
Chief Wiggum.
Yeah, I would go see that
fuck
band.
Look out for Chief Wiggum coming up on your streams very soon.
Yep.
I think you guys
So
might have
that's-
just
and that's how we got the name
incepted
Greatest Hits,
a
man.
new band. So
hope
that's how
someone
you
takes
came
that.
up with Milhouse after going through several names.
After several terrible names,
Yeah.
we just kind of, I don't know. I guess we just realized it's always been then. We're like, we both love The Simpsons. Like most of our band practices are just like us quoting Simpsons, and
Sounds like me at work.
it just seemed fitting, you know.
Yeah. Usually at this at this point in a band's like career, let's call it, right? Because you you guys have been together for I
wish.
guess officially for as a band for 2 years.
About like a
We took it seriously about a year ago.
like a soft 3 years.
We were in another
Soft
band
three,
that we were
hard
taking
one.
more
Hard one,
seriously,
yeah.
And then
It's like I was saying
doing
before.
this.
Like we started this just as like shits and giggles, and
It was
then
an outlet.
At this
It
point,
kinda started
usually
working.
like bands start, I guess, adding layers or members or like because you guys are a 2-piece, right?
Yeah.
I remember seeing Royal Blood, and they have, even though they are a 2-piece, there's like tracks or there's a member like launching certain things. Have you guys ever thought about
We have
expanding?
a secret weapon, and he's actually sitting behind us.
Oh, do tell.
Connor Young.
It's not a secret anymore.
It's not. He's there he is.
Surprise
Hey.
appearance.
Welcome back.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Guest appearance from Connor Young from the band Tidal Wave, which we didn't
Connor,
shoot
that's enough of you.
today.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you changed his shirt.
here.
Right. This is all going to be.
Change your shirt.
Talking to
It's
me.
been days
Yeah.
since we did that interview.
Yeah.
He's been here waiting.
Been waiting for that guest appearance.
Yeah. Just come in and smile like a goof.
Yeah.
Hi.
He recorded our album that's coming out October 5th.
So
And
it's
produced it.
basically the it's you guys and then Connor helping you guys get it all on actual recording.
Connor just putting his little touch,
Little sound wizard.
little salt and pepper from Connor.
Is there any
Yeah.
other members that maybe help with the whole project?
Sages.
Sages.
Sages, do tell. What-
Raquel Hardy. Sages. AKA Sages.
Yeah, it just the singer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does vocals on one of our songs, and it honestly makes it so much better.
She's friggin' rad. You should check out her.
Check out her music.
I saw that
Stuff.
video that you
Sages.
guys have from the live, like off the floor performance where
Who
you just-
leaked it?
you
I put it on LimeWire.
you walk around and like the lights turn on. When,
Yeah,
when you're-
and like the dual looping. Yeah, that was a really
That was
intense video
great.
to shoot.
that was
I couldn't
really
hear
dope.
the whole time. I couldn't hear my synth, and that was the take that we took, the one that I couldn't hear myself.
But it is you playing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's it's a totally
We
live
didn't overdub
session.
it. Yeah.
That's awesome. It looked great, even if it was hard. It turned out
Yeah.
great.
That's
We're
coming
happy
out
with it.
in a month or so, which we're super excited about that.
What's the name of the song you're performing in that?
Shorzy Morsey.
Play Shorzy
It's
Morsey.
actually one of the songs we just played, so that's the one. It's just
Yeah.
Sans vocals.
Yeah. I'll
True.
try to sing.
Yeah, no, right on. That's it's awesome to see how you guys are progressing from like not knowing your band name to like fully releasing fully packaged things with other members, adding stuff to your music. It's a great progression to see from the beginning. At this point of the podcast, we usually do quick fire questions.
Oh God.
Are we doing that again?
We're gonna do that again, and
I
because
don't have
Oh,
any
man.
questions ready.
well, I'll tell you what.
Ask me whatever, man.
I'll tell you what.
no, don't. Let's do Songversations. I got a really good one.
Let's
picked a
do
good one.
Songversations. You sound so sad about it, but
I
let's do it.
I want to. Yeah, let's do Songversations.
Songversations?
So
I
yeah,
don't know what that is.
I
Either.
don't know. This is
So,
Oh, it's this stupid game. I hate this.
you're really selling it,
Yeah.
Mike.
Songversations
Oh, God.
is a game. Don't listen to Mike, everybody. A game that we do every week. We pick out of the pile. The pile basically has a whole bunch of music-related questions to get to know our guests better, their musical background, their musical tastes. Just questions related, not directly about specific things, but just kind of experiences with songs. And Andy over here is going to pick out a question.
already picked it out. I'm ready to go.
Nice.
All
What
right.
is the question?
So
to ask our
we're gonna
guests?
change it up because this one is about the USA and that's not the country we reside in. So it is you're running for President of the United States / Prime Minister of Canada. What is your campaign song?
What are you playing for your campaign?
Welcome to the no.
no. Stop.
No.
Oh my God!
Danger Zone.
Fucking mass
I think
cringe.
I'd go by Danger Zone, like the Top Gun theme song. I have no idea who fucking sings that. I just know it
Kenny
as, like,
Loggins.
that Kenny
There you
Loggins.
go.
There you
Yeah.
go. Kenny Loggins, Danger Zone.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, he did the whole Top Gun soundtrack.
No,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, we're playing with the boys too.
Oh shit.
Playing with the boys. When
That's
they're
a good
playing
one.
volleyball.
Yeah,
It's
like
fucking
that
great track. man.
very erotic scene that did not need to be in that
After
movie.
chasing sunsets, all of life's simple joys, like playing with the boys.
I feel like Tom Cruise like specifically requested that scene. He was like, "Let me just show off my abs." And they're like,
Yeah,
you know, it doesn't
I
add anything
would.
to the story. He's like, "Come on, let me show off my abs.
If
Let me
I
play
was
volleyball."
fit-
Let me take off my shirt.
If I was
Yeah.
fit, I'd do this podcast like topless every time.
I mean, yeah, you can't.
You
can't.
could.
I mean, yeah, I'm not even gonna argue with
You
that.
just
I would
gotta
too.
work out.
No. So yeah, you
No.
At
you
what
answer.
cost?
What's your prime minister campaign song?
Oh man.
Is it Welcome to the Jungle?
Guillotine by Death Grips.
That's what you said about the song with
Yeah,
the,
but
you
we
get
scrapped that, so
married
it's all
to.
good. Yeah, that's my song, man.
Fair
it's
enough.
a banger.
That's
It's a
just the
banger.
song for all occasions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it does fit pretty much any occasion. If you're trying to get screamed at real hard and scared. Guillotine!
It's progressive.
Oh, this one's a little throwback question. I'll ask this one too.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, when did you buy your first album, and what was the format? Was it like a vinyl, CD, MP3?
Oh, sick.
And where did you shop for music? It's like a two-part question.
You want to jump on this one? You can
Black Sabbath, self-titled Black Sabbath.
True.
First and favorite album of all
start.
time.
Where'd you get it?
HMV.
Nice. I mean, well, fuck everyone. Yeah.
Dude,
I was
don't be
gonna say-
ashamed. Why are you
I used to.
laughing?
I used to work at HMV,
Yeah,
man. It was
Byron
fucking.
used to work at
it
HMV,
was,
that's why I was laughing.
Oh, how did that turn out?
Fucking belly up. What do you think?
Yep.
Did not turn out well.
No.
How long ago was that?
Oh fuck. That was in high school. So like 6-7 years ago, I worked there, and even then it was like, I don't think this is gonna stick around. Like the CD section was getting so small, and the only thing keeping us in business was like T-shirts about Big Bang Theory, you know. It was just like a red T-shirt. It was like Bazinga, and everyone's like, I need to buy. Like that's literally, I can't even tell you how many people
I need that
bought
shirt.
that
Fucking
shirt.
worst shirt
It-
I've
it was
ever
Have you
absurd.
heard.
seen that show without the
Without laugh tracks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's
It's
brutal.
hard to watch.
I like it
It makes
better
it
because
better,
it's so
yeah,
cringy,
yeah.
but like it's a terrible show. Like you realize you're like, wow, like the writers just like phoned this in completely. But anyways, back to the question.
Yeah.
Mine was first CD I like consciously went out and bought was
it Fall Out Boy?
Yeah, it was Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy from Under the Cork
You
Tree.
should
No, that's a great
call it out
album, man.
It's
so
a,
hard.
I
That's a
still,
really good
it's still
album.
honestly one of my top 10 albums.
It's really good.
It might just be because like the nostalgia of it, but yeah, no, I mean, I still like old Fall Out Boy, and yeah, I bought it from HMV, and that was probably like when I was.
I'll say this much
grade
about Fall Out
7
Boy.
maybe?
When I was now that I'm older, I can appreciate like that being a thing when it was, respecting the people that liked it. But when I was younger, I was a metal kid.
So was I. I
So
still
you-
like Fall Out Boy.
so you probably
I didn't
beat
give
up
a
people
fuck.
that
I'm
like
not
Fall Out
ashamed.
Boy.
Is that
Nerds.
real?
I was
Is
the
that
same way. I was
possible?
progressive.
Black Sabbath.
If you like
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy, I was like lame. I like Yingwei Mousy.
Jesus.
He
England.
still I
So-
can't name one of his songs.
No.
Who?
but
shreds,
Yingmi Malmsteen, he's just this crazy
What are you
old
saying? Are you having a
guitarist.
seizure?
Yingwei.
What are you saying though? Actually, like,
Yingwei Mousy.
He doesn't play songs; he just plays scales and just like
He plays
abuses
scales
them for
really
like
fucking
12
bad.
minutes and does everything you can do with it,
Yeah.
and be like,
this
"That's
is
the
one
song."
guy.
Yeah, it's
I mean, he has
just
like a backing band, but
his
it's just
self-proclaimed guitar
it's
god.
like spotlight on
Oh,
him.
so-
John Petrucci. You have a John Petrucci tattoo, don't you? You have a
Dream Theater.
same
A
thing.
John Petrucci. That's so,
Just a big
It's so
picture.
self-portrait.
Oh,
Specific.
I got John Petrucci's face on my shoulder.
I'm gonna ask another one because I think we still have a lot of time here, and these are fun. I like doing these.
Yeah, these are fun.
I don't have to think
it up.
about it. The work is done for me. I just have to shuffle. Okay, you've been abducted by aliens
Uh-oh.
Second time.
who want to understand music.
PTSD.
What is the first song that you play for these aliens?
Oh man.
Death Grips.
Guillotine.
That's
Come
a-
on, man.
I
Be
don't
more
know.
original.
That's a tricky one. I mean, like, if they just wanted to understand, like, the idea of music, I would literally just play them, like, a piano scale of just, like, C major and just, like, the notes. And they'd be like,
no. You're trying to
Weak
show.
answer.
You're trying to show these.
I don't know, man.
aliens-
It's like,
You're trying to show these aliens
This
like
is
the
music.
best
Yeah.
you got.
And
Big
it's-
burp. I don't know what that is.
Not just like notes, but like you want to show them a
That's-
good example of like what we got.
Gotta have some-
that's a fucking hard question, man. Like, that's all I mean.
That's
like,
a weak answer, so let's go. Figure it out.
There's not one. I don't think there's one song that can categorize everything
Hotel
that's music.
California.
Yo, fuck off. Not even.
Oh my god. Fuck that song though, man.
There's definitely smoke on
We
the water.
were talking about overrated shit earlier. I definitely think Hotel
Oh,
California is the most
yeah.
overrated song.
Yeah, that
of
song's
all
like
time.
3 minutes too long.
Yeah.
Same with Freebird.
Nah, Freebird's got a long solo and doesn't repeat.
fuck,
I
I don't
know
know.
about that
Just-
song, man.
Give him like a, I don't know, Beach Boys album and just be like,
Yes!
Surfing USA.
That fucking came up last week after the
It's a-
after we were interviewing Scotty from Cancer Bats and we were talking about how amazing Beach Boys
Yeah,
were.
Scotty's a big a big Beach Boys fan.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
Yeah, he
Who
doesn't
isn't,
like the
man?
Beatles.
How can you not
just
like-
like me, and we love the Beach Boys.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man, I don't like the Beatles.
The Beatles.
What's the
Beach Boys, man.
reasoning behind not liking the Beatles?
He's just not up for that mainstream shit. Have you not met Andy Dinner? He's the
Yes.
most hipster man
You're
in the
indie as
world.
fuck.
If you like it,
Your last name's
I don't.
Dinner.
That's how I roll. So wait, who didn't answer the aliens question? You technically
Mike
both
didn't.
didn't.
I said Beach Boys.
Okay, yeah,
oh,
Beach
man,
Boy. Yeah,
this
yeah,
is a
yeah.
hard question.
It's a fucking loaded question, man.
It's a loaded question. So show some.
Milhouse plays short music.
Yeah,
Here
show
is
my
Earth's music.
shameless promotion, man.
1 minute.
Check this out.
1 minute. So
Here you
answer
go.
quick. So I got to ask you one quick more question.
Okay,
Another
fuck.
quick question. One quick more.
I'd show them Led Zeppelin because I want to get them on the right track.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
just go to the next question.
Cop
I don't
out.
know.
Cop out
That was a
answer.
cop out.
All right.
Have you seen any bands that just sounded terrible in person compared to their album? And don't say Deftones.
Actually,
Way to throw a band under the
Is
bus.
that it written in there?
parentheses.
That's real passive aggressive.
So who let you the fuck down when you went to see them live? And don't say dad, okay?
All right. Well, I didn't see them live, but when I was like in grade 5, I thought Hoobastank was like the tits up. I thought it was really cool, and then I saw this
True.
live session. I can't remember what they did. I think they played like maybe like a football game or some sort of sports event, or it might have been like an award
It was
ceremony.
dog shit, eh?
And it was dog shit. Like, and I was like, that was like my first time realizing, like, wow, like recording people, like just can make anything sound good,
So,
you know? Like
we're at a time, so quickly answer, say something.
Fuck, man, I don't know.
You're
like,
terrible.
you're blowing it,
You're
bro.
I know,
dog
man.
shit.
This is why you're here.
Is it
Jesus
Death
Christ.
Grips? It's probably
Of
Death
course it's
Grips.
fucking Death
I
Grips.
saw it. Actually, no. Actually, you know
I
what?
did hear they
That's
suck
actually funny,
live.
because I saw Death Grips live before I knew who Death Grips was, and Zach Hill wasn't there, and Zach Hill's the reason why I like Death Grips, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
So it is Death Grips.
Yeah,
Alright.
I can honestly say Death Grips 2013
Mil-
at Blues Fest Ottawa.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this, man? But
Milhouse,
yeah.
thank you for coming out today.
Yeah, there
Thanks
you
for-
go.
thanks
That's
for
a
having
little,
us,
that's
guys.
a little bit
This has been
of
cool.
insight into what Milhouse is doing. Catch up with them November 1st. They're doing their greatest hits release. Number 2 greatest hits
Yeah.
release.
Volume 2.
Volume 2
with Tidal Wave and Elementals
with Tidal Wave and Elemental.
and
Good show.
Elementals.
It's going to be a big show. Check it out. This is the audio station. My name is Luis Vasquez.
Vasquez.
It is.
Not Velasquez.
That's
Velasquez.
correct.
I just like saying it. It sounds better to say.
I might-
And I'm Andy Dinner. Thank you very much for tuning in.
What's your last name?
Dinner.
That's a sick last name.
Yeah, man.
It's easy to remember.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Michael Poisson.
See ya.
Thank you.
I'm Byron.
Bye.
Please subscribe.